Hi again everyone, and welcome to another Oy'Nissh vlog. Today I am in Musselburgh. It's in the morning, it's about 8 o'clock, and I'll be foraging for wild garlic. As promised from the previous vlog I did in Little France, Edinburgh, regarding wild leek and foraging for wild leek seeds. And the promise I made that I would come to Musselburgh to forage for wild garlic. So now I'm here, and I was hoping that there would have been some in season still, because they're going out of season now. And fortunately, I'll be able to forage for some, and I'll let you have a look at it before I cut some and put it in a container. And then hopefully before the week finishes, I can make a bread from the wild garlic that I'll be foraging for, but also the wild leek seeds that I've collected on Monday or Sunday, I don't remember, one of those days. So join me as I forage in Musselburgh for wild leek. And also, I don't know if you can hear, apart from the traffic that's in the background, because apparently one of the main roads cross nearby here, but in the trees the birds are chirping, and I notice everywhere I go foraging I tend to get this nice backdrop of music from the birds, all the chirping and so forth. And I said to myself, maybe it would be nice one day to record some of these chirping, and maybe because spring is coming to an end, it would be nice to have a bird choral of something to remind me of this season's bounty in terms of wild garlic, wild leek, and even ground elder and so forth. So journey along with me, and I invite you also to share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel as I keep you updated with new vlogs on foraging. Okay, so I've got my container, and it's always handy to have a scissors to cut the wild garlic. So I just need this container filled with wild garlic, and that should be enough for what I need to do. So what I have to ensure now is to get the best leaves. Well, there's still plenty to be had, so I've got options. So all I have to do is to just look around and find a nice patch where I can get sufficient leaves. And just be careful because it's wet and you don't want to slip. So I'm just walking through, and you notice the blossoms. Chances are you'll get the white pollens on your trousers, so don't worry if you see white pollens on your trousers, because sometimes that's what happens. It's nice blossom, so it's a sign that the leeks will be going out of season. As you can tell, like the wild leek in Little France near Craigmillar Castle, Little France Park near Craigmillar Castle, as you can see, there are some wild leeks out of season, but the seeds are there. See the wild leek seeds? Where, let me see, there we go, the wild leek seeds. But the focus is on the wild garlic. As you can see, the leaves start to go brown now, just like the wild leek. It means that after flowering they'll start to die down, and as you can see here, they start to drop. They start to lose their turgidity and they start to flop, and that's that really. But you still have plenty that's standing. What is important to note is that the nutritional content start to drop the browner they get. So if you are to forage, it will be right now, just as they start to flower, because maybe in a week or two they'll start to all get brown, and the options are thin. And I noticed too that the early wild garlic tend to be quite thin and easy to cook. Even when you're eating it raw, you can tell that it's quite easy to work with. But the longer they are around, the coarser they taste and take longer to cook. So that's one thing. So here I am just cutting here. Oh, there we go. See, just cut this stem. It's a shame because I only have 2 hands, so I can only hold the camera and cut. So it's a bit awkward. So naturally, you'll wash your leaves anyway. So don't surprise if you see wee insects and stuff on it, but it's in the wild, so you're supposed to expect these things, you know. But you wash your stuff anyway. Like they always say, when you're small, wash your vegetables. Always wash your vegetables and fruits before you eat them. Even the farm ones, it's just the normal thing that we should be doing when eating veg. You know, preparing veg or eating it. You know, we wash stuff. Especially if you're going to eat any of this raw. As I said, you just need to wash it. That's all. It's nature. Let me see if I can find another wash. There's so much options, you see. So let me see if I can get. The ideal thing would be to have the GoPro on, and in that way I'll be able to use both hands and cut by bunch. But now I have to just cut leaves at a time and put it in the container. As I said, might not need a lot, but yeah, just see if I can cut. It's so handy using a scissors, you know, very handy. Especially if I wasn't vlogging and just cutting, it would have been so easy in one go, an entire bunch cut. So let me see. Okay. Alright, let's take from this side. Let me just cut off the flowering part. Don't like that one. I'll take the sleeve. So we can. There we go. It's very awkward. I'm used to just grabbing the entire bunch and cut or half of the bunch, but vlogging and cutting is difficult. Just cut here. Very easy. Easy peasy. You hear the birds? I can't lose trail of it actually. It's just in my brain. That nice, it's in my head. The birds chirping. Look at that, it's like a choral. An entire choir. A morning spring choir. Bird choir. I should record it one day. Record the chirping. Just to remind me of a successful spring. Okay, look at that. I would have finished already if I did have the camera in my hand, because I would have cut by bunch, but no, I'm just cutting one leaf at a time. At least I try to look for the best leaves. And also, you always have to be mindful of the leaves underneath the leaves, you know. My advice is, when you plan to wash forage vegetables, let it steep in the water for a little bit before you wash them, and then you give it a couple rinse, and that should do you. Yeah. I'm expecting the leaves to be a little bit coarser than usual because they are late. There's an insect. You're not going to be part of my diet, so go away. Find yourself another leaf. There we go. Yeah. You see you against the insects at this stage. I'm in their habitat, so I guess. So I can cut this one. So look at this. So here we go. We've got some, as I said, you just have to be mindful. You have to, especially if you're vegan, make sure the insects are not there. And when you steep it too, that helps to get the insects off. You'll know once you see them, especially the very tiny ones. But here I've got some. I'll collect a little bit more afterwards, but that's all I need. At least this amount should be sufficient for making the bread and possibly a salad. I don't know yet, and I don't know how I'll combine this and then make a bread with this and the wild leek seeds. I've collected pardon me, the wild garlic, so I'm going to start make preparation for making the bread. As I said, I don't know how it's going to turn out yet because I haven't sorry, I'm a bit hoarse. I haven't really had the chance to make a bread using wild garlic and wild leek seeds together, so that's going to be interesting. But they are both edible and can be eaten raw. Also, having to make a salad out of the wild garlic leaves along with the wild leek seeds, so that's another experiment altogether. But hopefully when I finish making that video, I'll post them so you can have a look. But as I said, I noticed since recently I'm being drawn to the sounds of birds, maybe because when you're in foraging environment, it's normally woodlands, and I get that nice habitat of birds. And listen, it's so beautiful in contrast to the traffic which is just in the background further up the road. And maybe I'll do, if I've got the time, I'll record the sounds of birds and post it. You know, maybe from an emotional point of view that spring is coming to an end and all the bounty will be gone one day. So at least the birds will remind me of that spring, how abundantly available products were for doing different stuff. So thanks again for watching this vlog, and I hope you enjoy the foraging journey with me. So catch you in the next video.